Good afternoon, everyone, and more the mess that I didn't clean up from my last video. But yeah, so I am here because I said I wanted to do a retry of with brighter light of using the Sharpie markers, and I'm going to do it with these coloring pages. This time I'm doing the full coloring pages, so just the half of it, and I printed 4 of them because I decided to do 4 versions of it because I want to do, well, this one I'm going to make a what do you call it again? Ink illustration out of it. So I'm just playing around with the markers first to figure out the colors, and I want to do my favorite, what am I going to get, my favorite color combinations. But since I'm going to do 4 different versions, while also using the Sharpie's skin color tones, I'm going to also compare it to my other skin color markers that I have that's cheap. So just the cheap ones, and the ones from, oh fuck, where is it? Okay, yeah, from Milo. So I'm gonna just compare those, and since I have like 4, and I'm gonna do 4 combinations. So so I'm just gonna do the Sharpie, like draw it on the camera, but I will show the final results. Maybe I'll do a real quick sketch of all of them and show you the final results at the end and compare them. So yeah, let's get this doing, and hopefully I'm praying I get everything done today, because I've been staying late. I'm not staying late. I stayed in bed reading mangas, and I finally decided to get up to do this. And you know, as I mentioned, I think previously in another video, or finding it, it's fall, so less light, the actually is not gonna last long. So prayers.
That was the best, safest move for him. Oh, he really is a vegetarian. He threw her right on up. I didn't think that he actually ate her. I thought she was just in his mouth.
Your wife? Oh, I thought I lost you.
Wow, he actually hugged his son. I'm surprised.
Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? Do you have any...
I don't know why I thought he was going to cuss right there. It seemed like it would have been very fitting.
Look who's stuck in the portal.
Oh, here we...
So I have been sitting on this for a while. I've just been delaying doing the voiceover. Anyway, trying to get into it right now. As you can see, hopefully you can hear me more than you can hear the background. I've been trying to do a mix of combinations, just doing all the lights and all the mediums and all the darks, is to get a combination using all these markers to get a different multiple combination of the skin tones and skin colors and ranges. And I think you'll see in the end, but the Sharpie does pretty good of getting this multiple skin ranges. Well, in terms of like 5 5 different tones ranges. So I will give it that props. And by the way, I should say this disclaimer just in case everyone see, because you will see it later throughout the video with using the Sharpies, that again, this is Sharpies on computer paper, so you will see a lot of bleeding, especially once you get to the like 2 or 3 layers of marker. You see heavy bleeding. Anyway, so that was just the light skin. Then I move on to dark skin. She was supposed to be dark skin, so there's gonna be 2 dark skins, 2 medium skins, and 1 light. And I do really like the range. They look quite similar, but still distinct enough. Particularly, I think the darker. Hold on, give me a moment. Literally had to go back to pull it out. Yes, okay, so the darker one, there's a very slight difference between the 2, but I think the one that you get a bit of more range, a little bit more range with the mediums ish. But no, you get a pretty good range with the medium and light compared to like the lighter colors, the lighter cheaper markers, where it was very distinctly either you get light skin or you get dark skin. There's no medium range at all with the cheaper markers. And with Milo okay, yeah, that one, Milo, because this is not a lot of skin tone skits, you still get a pretty decent range of medium, one type of medium, 2 types of darks, and a light. So I will say it's like comparison to like a good mid-range alcohol marker. I will say I'll compare the set to. But this a marker set that comes with other colors. This one is just purely skin tones. But like I said, you get a good variety. It depends on how well you blend it and mix it together. I still think this is a very good quality set to have if you want to get decent marker, but you don't want to like get alcohol for some reason. You just want you like to use Sharpie. I think is a good Is a good marker, not independent. What do you call it again? Permanent marker set to have for skin tones. So as I said, you can see the range right there with the darks between the two. That's dark and dark is very next to each other. So you see he's much darker, but you can still see the face. It does lighten up a little bit when Sharpie dries, not by much. But yeah, so there's not much to say in here other than that. I think the medium could have been a little bit more medium, but that's just a bit me. I think it does, but because it's not supposed to be light, it still ranges in the medium set tone. I do think I say it's a okay set to have. Honestly, it's not as bad as I would think. Now looking at the bleeding, it's still bad. Especially when you get into when I do the other girl, the other female, the only other female there, the dark one, going to be medium. I did it bleed so badly around the legs, and the dark skin, you can't see him. You don't see the hands, but that bleed awfully too. But yeah, that's about it. It's not bad, not good. Well, it's not bad. So it's okay. It depends on your preference of markers, I will say. But I think is worth for a skin tone set is pretty good. Conclusion. Done.
I don't know the name of the guy that's playing August. Is his name August? Atlas. But apparently there is some discord. So really quickly, if you don't know, most of you probably know It Ends With Us is a book by Colleen Hoover. It is very popular, but also very popular to hate on because a lot of people hate Colleen Hoover. And a lot of people think that this book is glorifying domestic abuse because the synopsis of the story is we have Lily and she is in this relationship with this
6 set of pastel alcohol brush markers to try out. I am so excited to take a look at these. Check this packaging out. Holy cow, this is so cute. I absolutely love the purple box and the shiny text. The packaging is definitely different from what I usually get, with like the plain black case, which is fine too, but this packaging definitely does stand out, and I do love the little attention to details they added here with the straps having the logo and the reflective quote having this glossy look. I think it's super cute. So yeah, I would say the packaging is maybe a 7.
So this is the final look of just the skin tones by itself, and just to get a closer look, a better look, there you go. And so I will do the other ones, the 5 and below markers, the Corona and the dual tips, off camera because, well, I'm pretty sure I did a video of these on camera a while ago, so you could just probably look at those. So I don't think I need to redo them on camera again. You will see the final results in the end to compare, but I don't think I need to actually visually show them on camera. I will do the Milos because even though I did those on camera too before, I didn't do the just the skin tones by myself. So maybe tomorrow because it is getting late and I'm watching Nima. If you want to know who's Nima, there you go. And so I will come back to this later. And I also got to finish coloring it later too. I still haven't finished writing, so I might do that and then come back and finish these. But I won't record it. You will see the final version of everything at the end. And the Milo one. That one I would also put on camera. Will record on camera. Before I start recording for the Milo section, I just want you to know this is all the colors are the closest to skin tone colors I have from the Milo 48 sets. And so I'll be using these colors to do the skin tones for this version, this one, okay? So first, let me test it out to see the combinations first.
Synopsis. In the heart of Eldoria, our protagonist, Lyria, an enigmatic and reluctant mage, is thrust into a destiny she never imagined as a powerful prophecy emerges, foretelling the rise of a malevolent, shadow-wielding sorcerer who seeks to conquer Eldoria. Lyria's dormant death magic awakens, making her the only hope to thwart the impending doom, with her loyal companions by her side, including a wise old wizard, a valiant elven warrior, and a witch who Lyria is inexplicably drawn to. Our heroine embarks on
Okay, since this is, well, technically part of the set, I decided to use one of the pinks from the set as a blush. Although the other markers, Sharpies, didn't come with, I didn't use blush with the mark Sharpie, sorry. Speaking. I just want to use what's within the set. And since, again, this comes within the set, I decided to use a blush. Same thing what I did with the Crayola, because that one has blush color, so I decided to use the blush color within it. So I still count it. And as you can see, with the, I gotta look at my old drawings, illustrations, this does put down darker, like with the Sharpies. It does dry lighter, but this one is much lighter than the Sharpies. When they dry, the range here, as I kind of previously alluded when I was talking about the Sharpies, these are alcohol markers. They do not bleed as much, but they still bleed with on top of the what do you call it again, computer paper. But part of it is also my sloppy coloring. So when you see it, I was trying to rush it, trying to hurry it up, because this one was my last coloring page, and so I was rushing a little bit. So there were some coloring out the lines maybe more than a few. The range here is not, as I said, it was bad. It's pretty, not bad. It's pretty decent, pretty good, with just I think it was 6 colors I used. You don't get much of a medium or dark range. You get at least 2 mediums, a light. Probably could get more light, but I only use 1. I only combine for 1. I was trying more practice to get more dark and medium, because those are usually the ones that's hard to get, particularly medium, as I previously mentioned. Like with the cheaper ones, you could get either light or dark. So I didn't really preference light skin as much, because usually those are typically easier to find or get or accomplish with these sets. Is usually the medium tones is hard to achieve. So yeah, and get like a good range of it, because it's especially because I want to make different color black people, I want to have a good range of like black and mediums as well as lights. So that's why I was preferencing medium skins and dark skins, particularly with this color page, because the characters on this color page are all black, with canonically black, if within my mind of how I picture these characters. And so shifting on to, you won't see this, I did color these off page, the skin, not a skin, a skin you can see on it, the hair and the clothing off thing, what do you call it again? Off camera. There you go. I'll say off things. So I just want to quickly mention about that. Every single page has the same color here and eyes. I make sure that's the same, but I did decide to go with my favorite color combinations. So each page has a different color combination. For the Colorola, which is one of the 5 and belows, one of my favorite combination is pink and purple. With the other cheap 5 and below marker, I went with purple and blue. You will see here the theme come out throughout. So with Sharpie, I went with red and blue. And then for Milo, I went with green and purple, which is my ultimate favorite color combination. So yeah. And I partially did this one because I wanted to get a good, test the range for, I think I mentioned this, of skin tones within these sets, but within Sharpie, but also which one look good with my characters. And so I would not mention this later, but I'm going to mention this now, might as well. I do like the green on one of my characters, well, 2 of my characters. Also like the red and purples. So those are the color combinations that I like and prefer and favor, but that's about it. Surprisingly, I do not like the blue on any of them. Yeah, the blue does not go with any of them. Just the purple, red. Pink is okay. Also don't like pink either. So just the purple, blue, and greens. So yeah, so those are my color combinations for when I do the ink drawings. So what are words? I originally meant to do a certain color combination with one of the characters' hair color. I just forgot what that combination was. So I kind of redid it. And I picked these colors by random. I literally shut my eyes and just picked these colors for that when I was choosing their hair, eyes, and eyes colors. So that's about it. And I wanted them to all look equally the same when it comes to the hairs and highs to compare the skin tones. So you really get a good idea of how the skin tones look, of the markers make the skin tones look. Does that make any sense? But yeah, so I like of course, since it's alcohol, the blendability is much better and easier to get and achieve multiple skin tones. That's what I'll say finish for the Milo markers. So do what you will with when you're comparing Sharpies with alcohol markers.
It's impossible. You can't. You need to find your niche. You have a niche, find it, build upon it, and make long-lasting connections with readers who will keep coming back for you and your work. Now, I will say that there is a conversation to be had about like things like pretty privilege, because we're talking about using social media to market, right? It's very hard to market without your face, and people who are pretty do get preferred, which is unfortunate. But I do believe that every book has an audience, and you are somebody's favorite author. So if you're willing to get out there on social media, I do think that it'll be worth it. So you need to find your niche and learn what trends work in that niche. You being a bestseller or an award winner doesn't carry much weight. You don't need to worry about that. So please don't pay for fake awards like J.M. Butler did. Yes, that's a thing. A lot of readers do not care that another author blurbed your book, so I wouldn't stress about blurbs. Your cover is your first impression. That's what you should invest your time and, if you have any, your money in. Make sure your comp titles are accurate. This will help you find your book. This is not the book that has the solar powers in it. Lee Bardugo is probably watching all of this go down on Twitter and just laughing hysterically. No one has a monopoly on the sun, and that is just a ridiculous thing to say. Like, Superman also has powers that come from the sun. Actually, let's take those two examples and talk about them, because this raises a good point. Superman gets his powers from a yellow sun. In a red sun, I believe he loses his powers. But his power is not wielding the sun. Now, Alina Starkov does wield the power of sun, but only light. So you can see, like, even this idea of sun powers encompasses a wide variety of ideas that nobody has a monopoly on. Now, Lauren's book says that everyone has this thing that allows them to draw magic from the sun. This could mean a variety of things, and all of them we have likely seen before. There is zero reason to have believed that Marv's unpublished book about a main character who has sun powers has stolen any copyrighted work from Lauren M. Davis. Relating to the expeditions of Lewis and Clark, then maybe you would find my novel less reprehensible and give more context in the time period. Oh man, my dyslexia is real bad right now, I'm sorry. And somebody was like, okay, what representative? And she said, that's my business. I can't relay that information. Some try to swear you to secrecy before they reveal secrets about themselves, and even go as far as to make you sign a document agreeing to protect their story. Sorry, I can't give you an example without doxing myself or them. Yeah, that sounds like a totally real thing that happened. So she decides to tell the whole internet in response to being called a racist every single alleged time that she wasn't treated well by black folks, and every time that she was not treating black folks like shit. Lauren M. Davis is scammed by Nigerian and South African men who pretend to be in love with her and say they are American soldiers who are stranded overseas and need money, and is labeled as a profiling racist ex-cop. For those of you pulling the race card out for the situation, get your own in line first before throwing accusation like that to someone who trained with, fought with, and protected people of color. And this is a egregious within the next 6 weeks, and this will be forgotten about. And then somebody next year is going to be like, remember that time that Lauren M. Davis decided to talk about Marv's book, which is actually great? Like, that's probably what's going to happen. I've been doing this a while now, and I feel like that's probably the case. Let's not delude ourselves into thinking this is something that's not. Infamous overnight, that's crazy. And for those of you judging my racism that I've been labeled as having, God knew my true intentions and knows them now. I will continue to stand up for myself. Okay, Lauren M. Davis is labeled a bad writer because she uses AI images.
All about to forget to shoot the ending, the conclusion. So here it is. Here's the final piece in all color of the full coloring of the hair and stuff. This is the Sharpie. This is the one I was testing and figuring out to see how it will look. Just a bit of a more close-up. And I do love these. I do love the variety it gives. And to compare it, this is the cheaper ones. The both from the 5 and below. This is one of them. And to compare, you see, go a closer look. And compare it to the battery charge. So we're going to be quick with it. This is the other 5 and below marker, and get a closer look at it. And finally, this is the Milo, which I'm setting as the base for all alcohol markers, including Oahu and Copic. So yeah, here it is. And this is how it looks from afar. And in conclusion, I do like, in comparison, I think the markers are close to a comparison to the regular alcohol markers, only because of it due to variation. The quality is okay. It is Sharpies in the end of the day, but when it comes to variation, which is very important to me, especially if I want to make black characters, I like to have a variety, especially when it comes to like variety of dark colors and variety of light medium skin colors. I'm a medium skin color. My skin tone is like medium, so it's good to have variety of medium and darks. So I do like that with the Sharpies compared to like, and to give a good basis, I do like how I compare with the 5 and Below, which has very, very good varieties of light skins, but they don't have a lot of varieties of dark or medium skin tones, as you can see from these examples. So yeah, so I think for Sharpie, for the price, it's good. It's pretty good, pretty decent. So yeah, even when the Milos, I could barely get variation of medium. So there we go. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye.